Hey, what's going on, Kinship? You, Pastor Greg, got my thought for the day. So my thought for the day is this: he never runs out. So I say he never runs out because I was reading the story about when Jesus fed the 5,000, which is like the only miracle in his earthly ministry that is recorded in all four of the Gospels, right? So it's pretty important. So when I'm reading it, and they talk about how the disciples, they were all out at this desolate place and the crowds were gathering, and the disciples were telling Jesus, hey, send them back so that they can go to the villages and, get themselves something to eat, things like that. And Jesus like, no, you feed them, and then of course they had the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and Jesus blessed it and, fed everybody there. But I wasn't really looking at it from that perspective. I started looking at it from the people in the crowd perspective. And I started asking myself, was there people in the crowd, maybe way towards the back, that thought to themselves, maybe I should go back to the town to get something to eat, because by the time they get to me while they're handing out this food, they're probably going to run out. Obviously, that's not the case, because Jesus fed everybody there, and they still had extra to fill up more baskets, at least 12 more baskets, right, full of food. But I still keep asking myself that. Was there people in that crowd that were like, you know what? They're going to run out before they get to me, because they were way in the back. They weren't towards the front. They weren't right there where Jesus was. They were way back in the back. So, and then I thought, like, today, do we do that now? Today, do we ever look at the Lord and be like, he's probably going to run out before he gets to me? When the pastor gives the altar call and everybody's coming up for prayer to get healing or to have somebody in agreement with them, do we fall back from the altar because so many people went up ahead of us, and we think that, well, maybe they're not going to be able to hear my prayer today. I'll just wait till next week, or I'll wait till next time. There's too many people up there, right? Why do we look at the Lord like that? Why do we look at the Lord like he's going to run out of resources or something? Why do we say, well, you know what, I'm not going to go to him in prayer for this situation, because this situation is so big, he's probably not going to be able to take care of this for me. Or maybe this thing is too minor. I shouldn't be trying to take this to the Lord. It's too small. What I want to say to everybody is there is nothing that's too big for the Lord. There's nothing too small for the Lord. And the Lord is unexhaustible. He can't run out. All right. He never runs out. He never runs out of grace. He never runs out of mercy. He never runs out of healing. His resources are never exhausted. So you can go to him. You can go to him. Don't ever hesitate to go to him. Never fall to the back and say, well, you know what, they're getting the healing. They're there first. They got up there before me. They got the healing. I'm not gonna worry about it because there's not enough for me. Right? Don't be like maybe some of those people in the crowd probably thought that there wasn't going to be enough for them. The Lord isn't tied down by supply and demand like, we are today in the world, right? A key example of that is like, right, remember that Popeye's chicken sandwich? Man, everybody's talking about it, right? So the demand was high, right? But the supply wasn't enough to handle the demand. That's why you kept seeing the signs in the window saying, we're sold out. It'll be back next month or next week, right? That's not the case with our God, right? He never runs out. The demand can never be too high where he can't supply it. And we got to remember that. We got to remember that our God never runs out. The things of the world may run out, right? And people have that mentality, if I'm not there first or I'm not the first one through the door, then I'm not going to be able to get it, because you think of Black Friday and doorbusters and the first 100 people through the door, or the famous while supplies last, right? And then we take that same mentality and then we apply it to the Lord, and we think, oh, while supplies last, while blessings last, while grace lasts, while mercy lasts, while healing lasts. And if you're not there at the right time, then you can't get it. I think somebody needs to hear today that he has mercies just for you. He has healing just for you. He has favor just for you. Blessings just for you. And still has enough for everybody else that is seeking him. And it says if you seek him, you will find him. He never runs out. I need everybody to remember that. Popeyes may run out. McDonald's may run out of fries or something like that. Or your local store may run out of the Nikes or the shoes you want. All these things. But our Lord never runs out. So we can go to him and he can provide. Think about that. He never runs out. Stay blessed. I love you guys.